Welcome to the Picky Old Gamer podcast. Follow us on Apple, Google, Podbean, and Amazon. Here is your host, Picky Old Gamer.
Hey everybody, Picky Old Gamer here. And I've been waiting on the podcast to be published elsewhere, and I'm still waiting on Grand Glorious Apple. I know KG Reacts, you posted a comment saying, hey, is this going to come out soon for Apple? Well, I know my intro says Apple, but unfortunately, seems like Apple doesn't know how to publish anything. So Google already approved it yesterday. Apple, I don't know what's wrong with them, but hopefully Apple will be approved here very soon, possibly the next day or so. Watch right after I put this one up. Apple turns around and says, hey, here's your podcast. So I apologize, folks. I know my intro says everything, but I figured maybe by yesterday, Monday, everybody would have this stuff approved, but Apple's taking their sweet time. Thank you, Apple, as you and Google are so slow that Amazon approved it very soon. So again, if you're looking for this on Apple, I apologize. It should be here very soon on Apple, and I'll have the links. So anyway, people and that part with their money, so they say a fool will part with their money easily, right? Well, if you haven't heard the news, it's everywhere. Is that a version or a copy that's rated 9.8? The completeness and the quality of Super Mario 64 sold for over 1.5 million. And just before that, a few days before that, a copy of a Zelda game sold for as Zelda the original, $800 plus $1,000. And I know what somebody's going to probably say. They're going to be like, you're just jealous. You're just jealous that people have more money than you. You're just jealous that, you're not that rich and, has nothing to do with it. I'm going to say this. This is one of the stupidest things I think I've ever seen. And a lot of people are saying the same thing. This is why a lot of people hate physical media. This is why a lot of people, including myself, stop collecting physical media. For old stuff, I still get physical. I mean, I've got Skyward Sword coming out this Friday, coming to me. Metroid Dread coming out later on. All stuff like that for Nintendo. All those games I try to get physical if I can. But I hate collecting. And this is why. So you're guaranteed this has changed the idea of what somebody can charge for a blasted video game. Somebody that has a really nice copy of it out in the store will probably say, well, this is worth $500,000. I can guarantee you somebody's going to find some copies of that. Somebody's going to charge for it. Because they say if it's really close to perfect 9.8 rating and $1.5 million, well, mine's got some scuffs here and there. Why can't it's not worth a few thousand? And that's the danger with this. I mean, yeah, some rich person decided to throw their money at that. Well, that's what they wanted to do. Somebody thought that Legend of Zelda copy was worth $800 plus $1,000. I mean, whatever. If that's what you think, go for it. I'm not going to sit there and argue that. But I don't understand this mentality, because you're not talking about a relic of human history. I mean, yes, gaming, we have history, historic games. Mario 64 is a historic game. It's one of the bigger times 3D really took off, and Nintendo did it right with Mario 64. But it's not the same as finding a relic from the Titanic, or somebody unearthing something from ancient times from Pompeii, or relics from, the American, like somebody finds something, a new piece of relic from the Civil War, or the Alamo, or somebody goes find something at Stonehenge, this wherever it's at, something that's really truly unique and part of human history that sells for god awful amounts of money. James Dean's car, which I think Zach Brannigan owns that now, and things like that are unique. Mario 64 and even Zelda is not unique. There's so many. I got Zelda, the original Zelda. I got a good copy of it. Two of them actually from my wife's brother, his old copy, and I keep it here, and actually had a problem with it. But I bought a nice copy of Zelda out of box. It's not worth $800 something thousand even in box sealed to me. When something is produced that much, just because it's old, just because it's got sentimental value, I can't see paying that much for it. And all it does is hurt the collectability, hurt the physical resale, to the point where somebody wants to go out and get some copies of Zelda, and some dude out there is going to charge hundreds of dollars because, well, that other one sold for $800,000. You know, my favorite game of all time is Chrono Trigger. I've got a Japanese import copy. It was $10 because that's what I wanted to own it. I wanted to own a copy of it, right? Yeah, I'm not paying that. I'm not paying somebody hundreds of thousands of dollars, even $1,000. $100 for a loose cart is stupid to me. I'm not paying that. It is something from my childhood, but I've got the ROM. I've got the original cartridge. Even though it's Japanese, I don't want to spend that much money on a cartridge, a game. That's not worth it to me. It's not like, I don't know. I don't understand this. This little blurb on my podcast here. My podcasts are not meant to be hour-long interviews. I'm going to have some. I'm going to have Cyrus Martin on here. We're going to chit-chat about some things. After I figure it out, I'm going to have other people do some interviews. But, you know, this is a short one. I'm going to do short stuff like this, and this is my thoughts on this. I'm flabbergasted. Everybody's going, why, you know, why is this being sold like this? Well, let them do it. That's their money. It affects the market. It affects the reselling. It affects collectability. It affects physical sales to the point where everybody's going to try to oversell this. And I think, you know, if those people wanted to part with their money like that, they obviously had enough to spend on it. That's none of anybody's business. It's just, was it really worth spending over $1.5 million for a video game when you could easily find that cartridge, even in good condition, even sometimes in a box in place? I've seen Mario 64 everywhere. I've seen good copies, good box copies of Zelda in places around where I live. Everybody's seen them. They're not rare. Oh, well, the quality of that one is so rare. I doubt it. I really doubt it. I think there's sometimes there's places in somebody's attic where they're so pristine that people don't know about it, and I don't know. Maybe I'm rambling on for the wrong reasons. Maybe this is something that we need to ignore, but to me it feels, how do I say this? It feels like people are doing that and they don't think about what it's going to do for the video game market and the consequences for people who want to collect. You know, it was their money. They did have the right to spend that. It's not my business to tell them that it was a bad purchase, I guess, but I do think it's kind of dumb. You know, maybe I'm off. I don't know. You let me know what you think. You know, on YouTube, on my video, or I'll upload there, or on any of these where my podcasts are going. You know, comment. What do you think? I don't know. To me, it seems like a waste of time, a waste of money to spend that much on something that you'll put up and never, ever touch. Yet, when it comes down to it, all it does is make the collectability or the collecting, you know, physical copies go that much more insane. They were actually coming down. So, all right, everybody, this is my little rant. Just a little past 9 minutes here. I don't understand this. I don't know why people think that Mario 64, even a good copy, is worth $1.5 million and $800 something thousand for Legend of Zelda, the great game. Especially, I love the original Legend of Zelda, but I don't know. Tell me what you think. I do appreciate you listening to me, and like I said, look for my podcast everywhere. They should be dropping on Apple very, very soon. I do appreciate it, and thank you, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Picky Old Gamer.